Hello, all my British dancers. I am so sad that I won't be able to come teach this April in London, but I'm looking forward to a rescheduled date sometime soon. And in the meantime, to have fun dancing together at home, I would like to give you a fun little combination and some technique that you can practice. So these moves and this combo are going to be kind of golden era inspired. So we're going to work on combining some arm movements with some really common hip moves. The first hip move we're going to do is a little accent side to side, but this one is going to be up on the toes. So if we do this with flat feet, I'm going to try and keep my back straight, and as I step side to side, the foot that I'm stepping on, that leg is going to straighten to push the hip into an accent up, 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 up. And to get the really curvy, cute, feminine shape in the body that we want for golden era style, I'm going to do this up on the toes, and I'm going to keep my legs as close together as I can. So that might even mean one foot being a little in front of the other, so we can hug the thighs in together. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Little accents back and forth. Now, I'm putting one foot forward, and I'm going to focus on the accent being on that hip. So I'm going to go 1, 2. When I focus on one hip, I keep most of my weight on the back leg and just do tiny little presses through the forward foot. We can do this with flat feet, but with flat feet it has a little more of a folklore feel. Up on the balls of the feet, we're going to have a more golden era feel. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, let's go into our next hip movement. It's going to be a tiny little camel. So I'm trying to draw a circle right from the front of my pelvis here. I'm using my belly muscles to relax. My pelvis tilts back slightly. I expand and draw my abs out to the front, and then almost in a scooping motion, contract the abs to draw the belly in and the hip bones up to shift the weight back. I'm trying to keep my chest still. So this is a pelvic and belly undulation. A tiny little camel. 1, 2, 1, 2. So you can almost think of it as a circle from this part of your body, right underneath your belly button, circling down, up, and in. Down, up, and in. Now when I want to add my feet into this, I'm going to think about the motion my legs do to help my hips. They straighten as I go forward and bend as I engage and pull back. So I'm going to step forward as my legs straighten and bend and step back as they come in. 1, 2, 1, 2. My weight is very soft on my feet. We can practice this first with flat feet and then come on to the balls. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So what we're looking for here is a very small controlled pelvic and belly isolation. Again, the legs are staying really, really close together, and the upper body is staying pretty stable and pretty relaxed. So we have our accents and our camels in a very similar position with the legs, but just a slightly different hip movement. So now let's learn a movement through the shoulders and the arms. We're going to do two different movements. Both of them are going to require the arms to be out in front of the body. The first one we're going to work on is a tilt accent with the shoulders. So usually when we do shoulders, we push into forward accents to make some kind of a shoulder shimmy. For this one, we're going to be doing a tilting accent. So first, make sure that the back is straight, that the head is back in line with the spine, so that the shoulders can be open. When I lift my arms, I make sure I'm not lifting from here so that my arms aren't coming up towards my ears as I lift. My arms lift in front of the body, supported by the back, so my shoulders and my neck stay relaxed. And then I'm going to put one hand on top of the other with the elbows a little bit open, so I'm not touching my chest with my upper arms. Now, I'm going to accent one shoulder up and one down. A lot of this accent actually comes from the sides of the body, because I have to use my upper oblique muscles a little bit to engage and pull the side of the rib down, 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 down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I tried the same thing with my hands on top of each other. If this one's a little hard at first, just do it with the arms in a V to the front of the body. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The other arm movement we're going to do is another one with the arms out in front of the body. There's going to be a little bit of movement and rolling through the elbows and the wrists, but most of this move is going to come from the shoulders. So we're going to be doing shoulder rolls back. So actually part of this movement is very similar to this tilt. So we tilt the shoulders, twist back, tilt, twist back, tilt, twist back, tilt, twist back. So we get this nice big roll of the shoulders with residual movement through the chest. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now all I'm doing is leaving my arms out in front of my shoulders, and the shoulders will pull one arm in front of the other and naturally bring them into a circular motion. All I do is add a little bit of bending and straightening to my arms. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this movement I'm going to add in with some foot moves as well as our hip accents and our camels. Let's try a couple of these to music. So my hip is going to meet my shoulder. Now, camel, 2, camel, 2. Now just arms and shoulders. you.